All right, why don't we go ahead and get going on this one? Well, it's December 24th, 2023. That's right, Christmas Eve, folks. It's a little bit in the afternoon right now as I am recording this. And first of all, let me just say, I hope that you and your family, your loved ones, I hope that you are having a great Christmas Eve right now. I just pray and hope that you are just going to have a wonderful Christmas day tomorrow and overnight tonight. I hope this December has been good for you. I know that for some, just as a real quick aside, and I won't linger on it, but I know for some there's hard things going on. You know, it may be something that's happened in the past or something that happened this year for you. Don't think you're alone. One thing I just want to go ahead and get out there, and if you're listening to this, I don't want you to think that you're alone. There are many who love you, care about you, and there's many that have gone through things and are hurting just right along with you. So I was not planning to say this, but I just wanted to go ahead and get it out there and let you know. You're not alone, and we're praying for you. If you need anything, at the end of this podcast, I'm going to go ahead and just have you call in and let me know if you need any prayers. I won't put it out on any further future podcasts or anything like that, but just let me know if you need any prayers, and me and my family will be praying for you. I won't share it outside of the walls of this home. Anyway, to get on going, I wanted to go ahead and do a quick episode about Christmas traditions. What are your Christmas traditions? Do you like to serve? Do you spend family time? Do you watch movies? Do you like to listen to Christmas music? Which music do you like or don't like? So on and so forth. I want to hear from you. I want you to call at 762-2506-308. By the way, let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. That's the number to the Call to Serve podcast. And we finally have a winner. I'm grateful. Josh from Selma, he texted in with the correct answer. The number to our podcast is 762-2506-308. And I say it that way because the significance has to do with different rounds of ammunition and firearms. 7.62 millimeter is the standard NATO round. And 25-06 is it's basically the same casing as a 30-06 round, except it has a 25 caliber bullet that goes in it. And finally, the 308 portion of the phone number it's basically the same thing as a 7.62 millimeter. They're not exactly the same if you want to get right down and technical, but they are almost interchangeable. The 7.62 millimeter and the .308 caliber rounds are almost interchangeable, even if they're not exactly the same round. So anyway, congratulations to Josh from Selma. You're going to get that Amazon gift card. I'll definitely get that out to you ASAP. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who participated and gave it a shot on this contest. So now you know, anybody, if I have hunters out there, anybody that enjoys firearms or whatever, if an easy way, I know for me, an easy way to remember my number now is 762-2506-308. So there you go. There you have it. I want you to call in and I want you to let me know what your Christmas traditions are and what you like to do during the holiday season. I'll tell you just a few examples of what I like to do with my family, some of our traditions. There's just a few little things here is, for one, we like to serve. We do like to serve, and I'll tell you, if you haven't served with your family, that is just a real special thing. Serving with people, well, serving period is just amazing, but serving with people that you love, and especially your family, your children, and passing that legacy of service on is just a really special thing. So I just want to encourage you that if you haven't done it yet, give it a try. Again, you don't have to do something big. And in fact, I'll give you an example. One of the things that we started doing this year that's a new way of service for us is serving in a tree farm. There's a local church in New Braunfels, Texas, that it's a ministry that they've been doing for probably 8 years or so, is they have a tree farm to where they sell live Christmas trees. Now, they've been cut and shipped and everything, and they sell them. It's kind of like, I'm sure most people that are listening to this have seen the tree tents. The blue and white striped tents that you'll see in like a Kohl's parking lot or a Walmart or whatever. They're not affiliated with the Walmarts or the Kohl's, but they use their parking lots, and they sell really nice trees. They're just amazing. They're noble firs, and they have varying different kinds. Anyway, this church has partnered with a nationwide organization that sells Christmas trees, and they give 100% of the profits to children's ministries. The varying ministries now are different things like giving backpacks and school supplies to kids who need them. They also give money to a lot of the proceeds to foster and adoption agencies that are all over the United States. There's actually a nationwide organization that they give to. There's probably about a dozen different organizations having to do with giving to children, especially children in need, that they give 100% of their profits to. So, and by the way, some of those organizations are international ministries as well, given to children that are in nations and in areas of the world that are truly impoverished and in need. So it's a really great thing. That's something that we found out this year, and we decided to join and be a part of that, and it was really good. It was good knowing that everything of what we were doing when we volunteered for that was going to help in one way or another children who truly who are in a bad situation and could use a little bit of help. And it was really good doing that. We also had a lot of fun. I'll be honest with you, that's not the point of serving, of course, but there's nothing wrong. And usually the fun and the enjoyment comes along with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. So anyway, it was really simple. That was the point I was trying to get at, is that's just one of those small, simple ways that you can serve. And there's many others. And I just want to encourage you to look around in your local area, at your church, and local things in your town, in your city that you can do just to help others. It really is cool, and especially during the holidays. It doesn't have to be during Christmas, but Christmas really brings out the best in people, and it brings out a lot of things that you can do to help others. So that's one thing that we do. Another thing, of course, now some of these things are going to be probably it's things that a lot of people do. For instance, we spend a lot of family time watching movies. We'll watch all of the Christmas movies. We watch Elf, Home Alone's 1 and 2, The Grinch. By the way, my family's favorite Grinch is the Jim Carrey one. Just saying. Y'all might have another favorite Grinch, but that's ours. Let's see. Oh, I could spend a while going over all the movies we do. Oh, Polar Express, by the way. I know a lot of you are saying right now, that's a weird one, because that was right at the beginning of when the computer technology got to where it could start doing facial features and making things look semi-realistic, but it was still like creepy looking. So if you haven't seen Polar Express, it can be a little bit creepy, but it's just really cool. It's pretty awesome, and that's one of our favorites, by the way. I know some people say that they because of the technology being kind of caught in between animation and realistic and looking kind of weird, they don't like it, but we love it. We just kind of love it. Anyway, that's another thing we do. We watch the Christmas movies together. We have to start watching in December, right after Thanksgiving. Like as soon as Thanksgiving over, as soon as that's over, we have to start watching Christmas movies. Otherwise, we don't have enough time to get through them all, because there's quite a few that we like to watch, and that it's our tradition as a family to watch. We also, of course, will put on all the Christmas music, the songs. We have, I would say the best way to describe the songs that we like are the ones that you'll hear on your local radio station, the ones that they play that are most popular. Yeah, we listen to all of them. Yes, even John Lennon's War is Over and some of the others that some people just really don't like. Hey, I love them. I gotta admit it. And it's probably mostly due to nostalgia reasons. I'll admit that, but nonetheless, I do. I like them. Even if it is for nostalgia, hey, whatever. I'm cool with it. What else? We like to spend a lot of December, we'll spend outside. We take our time decorating both the lights outside on the house and inside, and it's a family affair with us. Me as the dad, I don't go out and just do it all. Like my son, Sam, he does most of the outside lights. Now, he gets some help from some of the other kiddos because they like climbing up on the roof with him, and it's a lot of fun for all of them. But I got to give props to my son, Bones. He really does an amazing job of the outside lights on the house, on the edge of the roof and up on the eaves and the corners and everything. They are as straight and solid as can be, and he spends a few hours up on top of that roof. And you can tell he has a sense of pride doing it. I help him out a little bit here and there, and like I say, some of the other kids do too, but he has taken ownership of that. And also, of course, the inside, we decorate the mantle, we have a tree and do all of that, and that's stuff that we do as well, of course. Can't have Christmas without doing some Christmas decorations. I want to take a second. This leads me into a subject that I think all of us, to one extent or another, we discuss and we talk about, and we've heard people discussing the different sides of a topic about Christmas. And to boil it all down, it's the commercialization of Christmas. Okay, I want to talk about that real quick. And I'm going to just tell you the way I see that, the way I view this. And not only the way I view it, but the way I know it, it's okay. Let me just put it, it's okay to get into the spirit of the commercialization of Christmas to an extent. Now, I'm not talking about getting into it so much that you forget about your Christian, the Christian foundations of the whole season and what it is for to begin with. We know, if you're a Christian and you're listening to this, you and we know that this is about the birth of Christ and what was to follow after he was born. The life of Christ, there's no more profound 30 some odd years in the history of the entire world than the life of Christ, from his birth, even beforehand, from foretelling to his birth and all throughout his life till his death and resurrection. There's nothing more profound than that small piece of relatively, compared to the thousands of years, it's a relatively just tiny little piece of history, but it is what makes up and what builds the entire foundation and our whole reason for living in this earth. So, back to the point. There's, of course, these days, there's a huge commercialization. There's Santa Claus, Santa Claus, it's funny. You hear every year there's stories about some real person that had some sort of a name that plays off one of the names of Santa Claus. St. Nicholas, Klaus, whatever. You just, you name it. We've heard different stories. Some may or may not be true to one extent or another. And I know that I truly have heard some, and I'm not making light of the stories of St. Nicholas and so forth. But here's the thing, is Christmas is about Christ. It's about his birth and what happened during his life while on this earth. Now, having said that, I'm okay with the commercialization of Christmas, and I'll tell you why. I want to explain that, because I know, having said that, a lot of you out there are probably saying, well, the commercialization is bad and it's terrible, and of course you get this whole, it almost seems like there's sometimes factions of people who say there's the Keep Christ and Christmas faction, and then there's people who say, well, We just want to have fun and do presents and Santa Claus and so forth. But look, Christians, I'm talking to you right now. We don't need to wait